Hello friends, it's Cindy Brumbaugh from CindyLeeBDesigns.com, Independent Stamping Up Demonstrator. Page 32 of the new September through December 2024 mini holiday catalog is just so pretty. Pool Party, Petal Pink, Garden Green, Poppy Parade, Petal Pink. Oh my gosh, such pretty colors. And you look over here and you see this beautiful paper, Snowy Scenes. It's a 12 by 12. Beautiful colors in there, and you've got this wonderful Snowy Wonder stamp set that has the dies with it. And I have to tell you that these little embellishments here are awesome. Now, I'm not using them on my card, but they would be easily used. I'll talk to you in a little bit about that. And this Pool Party pom-pom ribbon is gorgeous. I didn't use it either because it didn't work on this card, but I want to show you what I made. When I looked at that stamp set, I thought, oh, I have this, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it is so pretty. Look at this little snow globe, and notice that you're seeing the white ring on my photo, and that is because you've got something shiny in there. I added acetate behind my cutout so that it does look like a snow globe. Oh my gosh, I just love it. And then I just simply did a sweet little inside there, and I'm going to show you the paper. Now, this is from my paper share, so it is 6 by 6 paper. And here we go. We've even got Pumpkin Pie and Daffodil Delight. Now, you can see I did some cutting out of this piece for that card, but you've got, oh, and you know what's so sad is this is the prettiest paper on this side with these petal pink and white snowflakes. Oh my gosh. Of course, I'm going to pick the globes, but this is one of my favorite colors and one of my favorite design prints there. So you've got this cute one with the trees and the snowman. A little known fact about Cindy Brumbaugh. Maybe I've mentioned it last Christmas, but my Christmas tree is all snowmen, just snowmen. I love snowmen. So here we go, this cute little pattern here with the town scene and the trees. And once again, I love all the colors in here. It gives you the ability to really mix and match, you know, blacks and pool parties and pumpkin pie into your design. This adorable little penguin. And look at that pretty pumpkin pie and petal pink together in the trees. Oh, let's look at the back of the houses. And some little candy canes there. And we've got our traditional holly leaves with berries and a wonderful candy cane stripes with garden green and red. I didn't know all those beautiful patterns are on the back of the ones. Oh, and then this one has the small snow globes with some Pool Party and garden green snowflakes. So all this paper is so pretty. So I want to show you though, in your big 12 by 12, you have 2 sheets of these big globes. There are 10 on each one that are actually able to be totally cut out with the dies. Now the dies can cut out the snowman and the penguin and the trees, different trees, the candy canes, the little house, the holly, snowflakes, a big snowflake, presents. This is actually there's a little mountain scene here in this Snowy Wonder stamp set. There's a little mountain there that you can put behind your house, and your little house can be cut out. And then you've got the bottom of your snow globe, which we're going to use. So now I'm going to take that out. I love that the dies match the name of the stamp set now, so I don't have to remember. But oh my gosh, when I go to look for something of a retired one, and I'm like, what was that one called? And they don't have any coordination. So I love that you can just say that they are the Snowy Wonder dies that go with the Snowy Wonder stamp set. Okay, so we are going to take a little peek here. So what I did is I carefully cut out, and it looks tight, but you've got plenty of room to cut out the snow globe that you want. And I picked this one here, and it is adorable here. And it's got some of the pumpkin pie in it, and some daffodil and the garden green Pool Party. You're not actually using the petal pink that's on there, so that won't be a design element in my card. But the first thing I did was I created my card base, and my card base was just an 11-inch by 4 1/4, and I scored it at 5 1/2 to make it a portrait opening from the bottom card. And as you see, I already took the outside inside and I stamped him. I actually think if I did this again, I think I might, I wanted his arms to be black. But that would have been cool to do him in Pool Party maybe. And then just a little pumpkin pie carrot nose. Okay, so that was my card base. The next thing I did is I took Pool Party, which is the predominant color in all of the snow globes, mostly. Oh, actually this one doesn't have any color in it here, but you've got a lot of pretty colors here that you could pull out if you use this tree. But most of them all have, well, actually they all do, except for that tree. They have a Pool Party background. Oh my gosh, I just looked at this one. Oh my gosh, is that so, oh, you can't see it. Look how pretty those snow globes are. Oh my gosh, love it. Okay, back to what you're doing, Cindy. I went ahead and ran this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with the die that cuts out the snow globe. Now, I'm just gonna take this aside, and you know, I always tell my girls if we do a card like this, save this, or we have a little pile to put that stuff. So you can be assured we're gonna be using that again. So that is going to be what is going to go on to the front of my card. Now, I want to come over here, and the first thing I did when I got this set is I wanted to see, does it really fit well? And it does, like it does fit nicely around there. I've turned it upside down so I can actually see where the die cutting blade is there. So, and also with this one as well, when I put the bottom base on here, it definitely covered up the whole pumpkin pie, and you're not gonna have a problem with it, you know, having not pumpkin pie showing, if that makes sense. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put this over the pumpkin pie, and I'm going to tape it down, okay? Because I don't want it to move, and I'm going to run it through. Why don't you look at this pretty card right, oh, let's prop it up here for you. Let's see, let's prop it up so you don't have the glare as much, so you can see it. There we go. Okay, so I have my Big Shot close to me, but it certainly would make you dizzy if it was up on my table. And you're just using your basic die cutting sandwich, and we're gonna run through and get the base pedestal first. So here we go, and you can see that this, see, you have a nice border around that, so you're gonna get a nice clean die cut there. Save my little highlighter tape there. Okay, how about I put this little guy back where he belongs so he doesn't get lost. And now we are going to work on die cutting. And you also have a little wiggle room on the globes, okay? So, and I'm thinking that if for some reason I didn't have any, so I'm gonna put it right about, I don't want to catch that orange. Well, you could catch the orange because you see where the white, you can see a little bit of the white there. So I'm going to go up so I know that I'm getting on the white. I'm putting some of, you know, easily removable temporary tape there because you just don't want it to move on you. I know I hear that a lot at class. Oh, this moved on me. And I said, well, if you tape it down, you have a greater chance of it not moving on you. So we did do that. And now we have this pretty little globe there. Now I would say if for some reason, but see, you do have some wiggle room there. I like that they gave you some room. And actually on this card that I did, look how much wiggle room I had there. That was very nice. I had a lot of wiggle room. So that was good that it wasn't exactly the same. Okay, let's put this one away too. Alrighty, back in there. Okay, now we are going to take and put some acetate on there. I measured my opening here, and a 3x4, and no, it'll all be different for every other one. This acetate I had from a different project, and I needed some really heavy acetate, and so I had ordered some online. But we do sell window sheets, but this one, you just have to pull the protective covering off of it. I've made a mistake in not taking that off. So I'm going to turn it over on the back, and then I'm going to put my acetate there, and I'm just going to use, I mean, I could easily have just used, oh wait, before we do that, haha, it worked on my other card, but before we tape that down, I want to decorate some of this, okay? So on this one, like I said, that back of that paper is that beautiful petal pink. This one I decided pool party because there wasn't any petal pink in here, but I just want to add some design to that. So I just took and put the two little snowflakes there, and I'm going to grab my pool party, and I'm going to see if I have a spot here, and I do. Awesome. And I'm just going to scatter some pool party snowflakes, kind of like tone on tone there. Nothing too drastic, and they'll probably dry a little bit lighter too. And this one definitely is different because I'm using the bigger globe, so I had more room on this one, you know, around. So if I were to use this in a class or something, I would probably, you know, put a whole bunch of different, I'd have to like kind of go through each of them and say, oh, okay, this one has daffodil in, this one has pumpkin in, this one has poppy parade. So, but like I said, that gives you, am I doing it on the right side? It looks like, guess what? I was stamping on the rough side. I was seeing a couple little etchings on there. Have you ever done that? You know, or acrylic plates, which are totally replaceable. So don't feel bad if yours gets so used that you have to buy a new one, because it's a consumable thing, and they will, some of them will warp sometimes too. But that, you can see the etching sometimes. So usually I tell my girls at class that, you know, I might pull out brand new plates for certain things, and then I'll say, don't cut on this one because we need to have a nice clean die cut that doesn't have any etching in it. And that just happens because we use our machines a lot. Okay, so it's going to be a little tricky over here. I want to get some snowflakes. Maybe I'll just do that right there. And so you just decorate that out. And it really does, I think, make a difference putting these snowflakes on, because when I didn't have the snowflakes on there, it just kind of looked flat. And so I'm just, now I've got glue on there from before. And I love my little spots. My friend Marlene called yesterday on free shipping day, and she said, I need some spots. And I said, oh, what are you doing all your spots? And she said she likes to get the refills to use and make spots of her inks, because they're just a little easier to use for her hands and not as messy. And then she doesn't have to try to figure out how to open up the ink pads. And I would have to say I agree. These little spots you can get in the back of the annual catalog. Our spots are $10 for 12 of them, right? Wait, 6 of them for 10. 6 for 10. And then you can get the refills. It looks like I need one here. Okay, so there we go. We covered, oh, you know what? This, it's looking like it needs one down here. Okay, you know how it is. Less is more, but then you start getting crazy on it. Okay, back to what we were doing. We will take and put our acetate on here now, which we already started to do. And like I said, just cut the acetate just to what you need. You don't want to, you know, oop. Let me see here. This I might have to tape because I got a little smaller space there. Okay. Man, Scotch tape, you actually use it more than you think when you're stamping. I ended up using it a bit. I started keeping it in my little wagon I pull into the restaurant I do classes in Pittsburgh, I always try to keep Scotch tape in there because you just never know when you're gonna need it. Okay, so there we go. We put our acetate on there. Okay, now what I did next, if you wanted to, you could put a few little things, like you could do something like, you could put a snowflake in here, and then when we put this on here, you would see that like underneath. Ooh, that could be cute. That could be cute. Maybe put one underneath there. Ooh, ooh, maybe. But anyhow, you could do that if you want, but I guess I'm not going to. Then what we're gonna do is, I wanna bring this over because I don't wanna get any yuck from here. So what I'm gonna do is tape this on to the back of the acetate. And my main reason, you know, I know what you're thinking, shaker card, shaker card. You could easily do a shaker card like this. And wow, that would be awesome. And you know, I'm gonna make one. Maybe that'll be another video. But for this one, I'm just giving the appearance that it's a glass globe on my thing. Now you see, I'm seeing a little bit here. I will be able, I actually, you can, I don't know if you can see the little edge here. So I am gonna move this a little bit because it's kind of hard whenever when I'm taping it down to see that. So let me pull that tape up here real quick because I actually should have picked it up whenever I was doing it. Now, let me see. Well, kids, I don't know if this is gonna work for me because I don't wanna rip it, but I don't like seeing that edge there. I guess that's where the snowflakes are gonna be going, huh? Okay, because we can easily cover up this here. Because the next thing we're gonna do is put our, and notice here that you see that acetate on there. I'm gonna put the little pedestal in there, and this is where it comes in handy using all of these corners, I mean the edges of my dimensionals. I'm just gonna, I remember one time at class, somebody reaching in there as quick as they could into the garbage can and told somebody, "What are you doing?" And she goes, "Well, all the dimensionals are gone." And she's like, no, you can use all of these ones. And I'm like, that's right. So we're actually going to do that, put those in there, and just have a little piece here to cut off. Okay, so we have our pedestal there. I actually might put a little piece there too. So let me just put a little scrap in there. There we go. But that's coming over the edge there. Why is it doing that? Well, because I'm doing a video. That's why it's doing that. Okay, so we're gonna take the little plate, and if you have trouble getting that release tape off there, just use take your pick tool and it grabs it for you. Don't lose that snowflake. Hey, and when I'm looking for that later, remind me where it is, okay? Let's put this panel down, okay? I'm gonna use my Stampin' Seal so that you guys who watch my videos don't have to see me practically dislocating my shoulder by trying to get the glue out of my glue. I said to myself today, I am so tired of shaking that glue that I am going to just throw them away and get out some new ones. Okay, so we put that pan on there, and like I tell you, it just makes the whole difference having that acetate in there. That's awesome. Okay, now we're gonna put this sweet little pedestal here, and I'm just gonna kind of cover up that little part there, okay? Though that looks crooked. I guess the card has to be this way. And then this is where you kind of have the opportunity to fix any of your little bit of an error. But you have to kind of get it so it looks like it's sitting right on that pedestal, and the pedestal is raised there. Now I'm gonna take my 3 snowflakes, and these are little die cuts. I wish they would have like had them all on one die. That would have been fun and made life a little easier, but I am gonna have to get out my glue because I wanna get some glue on the backs of my snowflakes. Trying not to move them too much, because when you move them, then glue slips under there. Okay, so here is our pedestal. I'm going to grab my snowflake, and I'm thinking, where did I, oh wow, you know what? You don't see that edge. The white behind the card base, huh, nice. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna have the sentiment here and a bow here, so let's just put, a snowflake here. I'm gonna put the little hole in the middle of the snowflake up onto the pool party. There we go. We're going to pick that up, and I see that there's a little piece. There we go. Okay, where else do I think I want one? Just seems to, like, I wanna put one to 2 there, and then I'm gonna stick one, I'll stick one on this side. Okay, there we go. So we got that rule of 3 that tells us that it kind of, our eyes like to look at designs like that. So I decided to use, now I am using my double scallop punch. This is a retired punch, oh darn. But I'm sure a lot of you guys have it, and if you don't, you can use any type of, you know, die cut sentiment that you have. That's the bad side, this is the good side. And who would ever think that on a Christmas card you'd be putting daffodil and pumpkin pie? Oh, I did it, I said pumpkin. I always say pumpkin instead of pumpkin. And we're gonna put that down there. And I also used my little edges of my dimensionals, and I'm gonna put one down on this edge and then a little on that edge, because I know that part is going to adhere against the pool party card base. Think about that. Sometimes when you cover it all up and then you put it up, it like kind of wobbles. But this way, I can just put a little adhesive, because we already have dimension under here. So this dimension is gonna go flat against here. So you're gonna have all of the height of your card is all going to match. And I'm just gonna cover that down, see if that's straight there. Okay, and then I made a sweet little bow. This is one of my favorite ribbons in the annual catalog. Oh my gosh, it is so easy to work with. It makes really pretty bows. It's called Silver and White 3/8 inch ribbon. Now you'll notice on this card, I made my bow a little bit bigger because this was a smaller image and I wanted to fill up the card. This is pretty filled up here, so this one is just gonna be a smaller bow here on there. So I'm going to use a glue dot. Here's my bigger ones here. There we go. Pull that off. If you take your rolls of glue dots and just tie a ribbon around it and just slide it to cover up, like these, this is all clean now, and then just pull it as you need them. So you can see them right there. And then I can get rid of that. And that little ribbon, somebody showed that to me at my very first demo meeting I went to. I had went to, no, here we go. I had went and I was all nervous because I was new. I didn't know anybody at my table. And I picked up the glue dots, and I always use them on a flat sheet, but I didn't know, and I pulled them the wrong way, and I got it. Oh, what are you doing? And I was like, and then somebody showed me, no, here. And they said, that's the way you use them. I'm like, oh, okay. And then wouldn't you know, that person, we've become really great friends. And she was just trying to help me. But I'll just remember, you know, those first moments that you ever go somewhere and you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I knew what I was doing, but it was a new environment, new people. I was nervous. So here we go. We've got that in there. And you see some silver in here. And I brought out another retired item because I just wanted something that would fit sweetly in the middle of my, and these are those metallic silver and gold pearls. They were like the mini ones, or they called, yeah, metallic pearls. And I must have bought 20 of them when they retired, and I'm still using them. And it's really great because anytime you have silver in something, rhinestones are great, and these little silver pearls are too. And I just love the way those kind of, they have a little bit more of a different sheen than the rhinestone. So there we go, cute little card. And then like I said, in the inside, I might put something, oh, I'm gonna put season's greetings in here too. I'm probably gonna do the season's greetings in the pumpkin pie. So there you go, 2 sweet little cards that you can do using this. Now I'm gonna tell you, like sometimes when they say that your DSP can be cut out with the dies, you think, oh yeah, well, you can definitely use the paper, and then when you run out, you have the stamps. But this one, you really have, you can get 20 snow globes out of 2 sheets in 1 pack of the paper. So they really maximized how much you can use that paper. The other thing is, remember that you can actually stamp little scenes. Where is that stamp set? Oh, here it is. Think of putting in like little scenes. You could have the snowman, you know, he's a little bigger than the house here, but you could do, you know, put the snowman down here and the house in the distance. So you can create some little scenes. You could have the little penguin there, and you could have presents, you could have the tree. So there's a lot of different things you can do. These would be great for Christmas tags too, just simply stamp. And I love that it has a Happy New Year in there. My one friend Judy says she doesn't do Christmas cards, but she will do a New Year's card. And so I love that you have the Happy New Year in there. And usually around the New Year, if you're up in the northern states, or a country, you literally have snow in the Happy New Year, of course. So there you go. I love this little set. I just love that I can use the paper. I love that I can stamp a snow globe. This is cute, guys. So if you have any questions, please don't ever hesitate to give me a call at 724-323-2296. You can text me there too if you make a card and want to show it to me. I love those types of texts. And if you need to email me at cindyleeb@gmail.com. If you comment on the blog post, if you receive my blog posts, if you're subscribed, if you comment on that blog post, I do see them and hopefully catch them and answer your questions, but don't put any personal information, like if you were like sending me a credit card number or something to order you something, because that is public. I have caught that a couple times. So just make sure if you want to email me, cindyleeb@gmail.com. Also, I will say, one of my dear friends ordered on the DSP 15% off sale, but she commented on an old post of mine and she couldn't even find it. I couldn't find it. Luckily, when she got a hold of me the next day after the sale, she said, did you get me those 3 packs of paper? And I'm like, I don't have an email from you. I don't have a text from you. And she said, oh, I just emailed it on one of the blog posts. And I'm like, oh no, don't do that. Luckily I had all 3 of those papers and I was able to honor that request. But make sure if you want to contact me, it's cindyleeb@gmail.com. Don't reply back to the post that I send you Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, friends? I think we got that settled, huh? Thanks for buzzing by.